Hi, I'm Avo, and today I'm going to show you how I manage multiple notebooks while working full-time. If you ever looked at someone's desk and thought, how do they actually use all these notebooks, then this video is for you. I've been journaling consistently for about 6 years, and one thing I'm really proud of is that I try my best to finish every notebook before the end of the year. Doesn't always happen perfectly, but having that goal helps me actually use my stationery instead of just collecting it. Speaking of collecting, I also have a weakness for Pokemon stationery, so if you're into that, then feel free to subscribe. Before I begin though, I just want to say this, you absolutely do not need multiple notebooks. One notebook is actually enough. This is just the system that works for me because I like separating different parts of my life. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll get ideas that you can adapt to your own journaling even if you only use one notebook. So first is my Hobonichi Cousin. This is basically my life notebook. It's my Commonplace. It's my main planner and book where I dump ideas, lists, notes, and things I don't want to forget. Lately though, since I've been so focused on making my other journals look nice, I've kind of overlooked this one. But during the previous years, I didn't have any issue with that. It's just that I also want this year that it would have a specific format, so I'm still figuring that out. And while I'm figuring that one out, I kind of overlooked some of the pages. The weekly pages usually have a main theme. Like for this week, I want pancakes. Next week, I like stickers that are sunflowers. Instead of stressing over the blank pages, I just go back and use those faces. Sometimes I print pictures from trips I took this year. Sometimes I write random memories. I think I plan on doing also a brain dump. Lately, I've been also liking a cleaner aesthetic, so I may or may not use stickers. It really depends on the page. One thing I love doing though is with missed pages is using them for inventories. So last year, for example, one whole spread, I listed all my fountain pens because I keep on collecting so much that I tend to forget what I have. Actually, just earlier, I saw a pen in my drawer that wasn't even used and I forgot about it, and now I remember that I got it from a it's like a gacha for fountain pen, and I forgot all about it. Yeah, so journaling saves me money because I keep tabs on what I already have and I won't buy it again. Next would be my traveler's notebook planner, which sadly didn't work out. I still use traveler's notebook mostly for my junk journaling, but as a planner, it kind of didn't work out because I ended up going back to my Hobonichi Weeks. And somehow I ended up buying 2 weeks. I just love the Hobonichi Weeks. I think it's kind of difficult to replace Hobonichi Weeks because I've been using it since 2020 and it's just a way of life at this point. One thing I've learned after years of journaling is you shouldn't force a notebook to do something it wasn't working for. So for this one, it's not really working as a planner, so I tried to repurpose it. Instead of forcing myself to keep planning here, I just turned it into a junk journal and I kind of liked how it turned out. You'll notice around May, that's where I completely fell off. I had a lot of travels during that time, and that's okay. Now I'm filling it with memories of our recent trip from Korea. So the receipts, tickets, lots of cute packaging because they have so much Pokemon stuff there, and you know how Pokemon is when it comes to their packaging. You'd feel bad if you're gonna throw them away. Next would be Hobonichi Weeks. I also have another Hobonichi Weeks, but it's not here. It's my Detective Conan one. One weeks is for hobbies, books, movies, and media. Then the other one is more for daily life, workouts, and health. So I want a more focused tracking on my health and fitness for this year. Lately, I've been treating these less like planners and more like journals. For example, I put a title like my food for this week and what are my insights, my exercise this week, what are my insights, what can I change, what can I improve on, what worked. So it's more of like a journal right now, my weeks. It's just more streamlined for those topics. And whenever there's a big empty space, instead of leaving it blank, I will write a reflection. There are some pages that I still want to fill up. So maybe something I learned, a quote, something I want to remember, or sometimes I just use up my stickers because this year I'm also trying to intentionally finish, or if not, make a sizable change in the amount of stickers that I have. So moving forward, I want each weekly page to have little sections like what I said earlier, like workout, food insights, collecting, pantry insights. I realized I buy things and forget they exist, like I mentioned earlier, then I buy them again. So now I'm actively monitoring my pantry. It's such a small thing, but making sure you actually consume what you already bought is another way that journaling saves me money, like I said earlier. I think per page, I want to use the sticker sheets from local artists that I get from art fairs, and then I'm gonna write the reflections with titles on each weekly page. Next would be my absolute favorite, my Hobonichi Petro. This goes everywhere with me. Whenever I travel, this comes with me. Even if I have to bring markers, it also helps with curbing my shopping. So since my bag already have a significant amount of space allotted for my markers, then at least I will not bring home useless stuff just to fill it up. This is my food and art journal. So if you watched my channel before, you've probably seen bits of it already. My drawings are mainly food. The format I've settled into this year is probably my favorite I've ever done, and I think this is going to be my format from here on. Every page will have a food illustration, and then I write about the memory or event around that meal or that food. So who I was with, what happened, whether I'd order it again. Sometimes I even do a little food review. Sometimes the writing is not related at all with the food. To me, it's so much more than a food journal. It's a memory journal. I have a Techo since 2020, but it's only this year that I've discovered the format that I like. I like putting borders around it. The borders takes it up a notch for some reason. It's a tiny detail that I think instantly makes it aesthetic. I make sure that I write in all the pages also because I'm trying to improve my penmanship. I'm just doing a flip through of my favorite pages, and if you'd like, I can definitely do a separate flip through because every page has a story behind it. And lastly, this is my newest obsession. Actually, it was just FOMO when I got it. The Traveler's Notebook card size. This 20th special anniversary edition. Is it worth the price? It's selling at around, I think, $139 at eBay, and I think the brown one is even more expensive. The MSRP here in the Philippines is around 6,500 pesos, which is, I think, around maybe $105 or something. When I tried pre-ordering it, it was gone within 15 minutes. I wasn't really successful. But despite all that, I love this notebook. I'm honestly amazed by how much writing fits on these tiny pages. And it's so small, so I always bring it with me. I think this is going to be my I think this is going to become my habit tracker and reflection journal. What's the difference with my weeks? I don't really know. I'm just gonna make it work because I really like it so much. Um, Maybe I'll add more pictures compared to my weeks because weeks would be a showcase of the stickers that I have from local artists. So again, it's very expensive, so that's one of the major downsides. And another downside is the refill. It's ridiculously difficult to find. And when you do find one, it's around $7 for this tiny little notebook, which honestly I think is not worth it. I think the A7 refills would fit, but I haven't really tried it. I kind of want something that's really similar to the aesthetic of Traveler's Notebook. Prayers were answered after like maybe thinking about it for just a few days. So I went to a community pen meet here in the Philippines last week. I think that's it for my Techo Kaigi for this year. Looking at all these notebooks, I realized something. It's actually not about the perfect planner. It's not about owning the most expensive stationery. It's about building a system that makes you excited to come back and write. Definitely, some notebooks will work, some won't. Some you'll finish, some you'll repurpose, and that's completely okay. Your notebooks are meant to serve your life, and it's not the other way around. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you'd like a dedicated flip through of any of these journals, especially my food journal, let me know in the comments. I'd love to make one. Until next time, and happy journaling.